Hi there, welcome back. Today we are going to dive into a topic which is CSS border. Have you ever wondered how to add stylish outlines or frames to your HTML elements? Well, that's exactly what we will explore today. How to use CSS border to enhance the look and feel of our web pages. So grab your coding tools and let's get started. So what are CSS borders? Before we dive into the nitty-gritty details, let's start with the basics. CSS borders are like frames for your HTML elements. They allow you to wrap elements in lines, adding structure and style. But borders are not just plain lines. They can be as unique and creative as your imagination allows. We can control their thickness, style, color, and even make them stand out with various effects. Now let's start by learning those properties through which we can add border to our elements. And the first one is border style property. The border style property is used to determine the style of the border that should be displayed. It allows you to choose from various options such as solid, dotted, dashed, double, and more. By using this property, we can customize the appearance of borders in our web design or document according to specific needs. The border style property in CSS allows us to specify the style of one or all four borders: top, right, bottom, and left. You can choose to define a different style for each border or use a single value for all four borders. Then we have border width property. The border width property is used to define the width of the four borders. We can set the width to a specific size using units like pixels, points, centimeter, or ems. Alternatively, we can choose from three predefined values: thin, medium, or thick to determine the width of the border. When using the border width property in CSS, we have the flexibility to specify anywhere from 1 to 4 values. These values correspond to the top border, right border, bottom border, and left border respectively. And then we have CSS border color property. The border color property is utilized to define the color of all four borders. There are several ways to set the color. First one is by using its name, such as green. We can also specify using a hex code, for example, hashtag #F0000. Or we can use RGB value. And if you want the border to be transparent or have no color at all, you can simply use the keyword transparent. And if the color property is not explicitly set, it will inherit the color of the element it belongs to. And now the last one is border property, which is the shorthand property. As mentioned earlier, there are several factors to take into account when working with borders. One way to make your code shorter is by using a single property to specify all the individual border properties. This property is called the border property and serves as a shorthand for the following individual border properties: border width, border style, and border color. Now if you want to achieve a rounded corner effect for your element, you can utilize the border radius property by specifying a value in pixels. We can control the level of roundness. Alright, let's put our newfound knowledge to the test, and I will show you how to create a button with rounded corner using CSS border. And now this is how we can create button using this border property that we learned. In order to create this button, first I need to use this div element, and now for text I am just writing click me like this. Now here I am selecting my div element because I will make this div to look like a button. So here I am going to use my properties. The first thing that I want to do here is to add some top margin to this div element. So I can use margin top, and then I am setting its value to 3 rem like this. After that I want to use the border property. Now here as you can see I am using the shorthand border property, and here the first value is the border width, which I am going to set to 1 pixel. Then the next value is for the type of our border, which is solid in my case. And now the third is color value, which I want to use just black like this. And now I want to apply some top and bottom padding in this div. So we can use padding property, and then I am setting the top and bottom value to 1 rem, and for left right I am setting it to 0. And now you can see on our web page we have this padding of 1 rem at top and bottom. And now I want to decrease the width of my button because now it's at 100% width. So in order to decrease the width, I just need to use this width property, and then I am setting its value, and now I am setting its value to 7 rem. Now I want to add a background color to my button element. So as you know, we can add background color by using the background property, and now here for value I am using blue color like this. And now you can see our text is not looking good, so we need to use the white text instead of black. Now just use color property and then set it to white, and now you can see our text is looking better. And now you can see our button corners are not rounded, and I want to add some border radius to make our button looks good. So use border radius property like this and set it value like 6 pixels, and now it looks better than before. And this is how we can make button using our border property. And now just for recap, first we created this div and we inserted this text click me, and then we added margin top of 3 rem to this button. After that I use this border property, and here I am setting its weight to 1 pixel, and border is solid and the color is black. Then I am using this padding to give space inside our button element, and after that I use this width of 7 rem because before it was occupying the 100% of its parent, and now it's just using this width. Then I use this background property to change its background color, and then I use this color property to change the color of our font in our button. And at last I use this border radius property to make these edges rounded. And there you have it, a sleek rounded button ready to enhance your website. You can experiment with different values for border radius to control the amount of rounding. For example, border radius 10 pixel will give you slightly rounded corner, while border radius 50% will make a circle. Remember, CSS border give you the power to customize your elements, making your web project truly unique. Now feel free to get creative with your buttons, combining different border properties to achieve your desired look. And alright, that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button to join this exciting web development journey with us. And if you have any questions or suggestions, you can put those in the comment section below. Until next time, keep coding, keep creating, and I will see you in the next video.